Thank you for being on AB Media UG, wherever you are watching us from. A very good morning, a very good afternoon, a very good evening. This is AB Media UG, kiwanja cha michezo. Yona gyosinziridde okuba ng'olabira vidiyo eno. Tulimba nkugamba nti kyokola kibeera kya bbeeyi nnyo, kibeera kya mugaso nnyo okwangira amaaso n'okuba nga ate olaba channel yaffe. We only discuss sports. Tugenda amaaso n'okuba nga twetegereza buti ensonga bwe zigenda amaaso n'okuba nga zitambula. Of course, welcome back from weekend yabaddemuko ebintu bingi nnyo ensonga eza sports amawanga mangi nnyo agasobola okubanga of course gayinayoko emipiira egya leagues wali mu ggwanga erya Netherland, mu ggwanga erya Italy mpaka eza Italian Serie A, German Bundesliga, Spanish La Liga, English Premier League, French League 1 saako n'amawanga amalala. I would like to say thank you so much if at all you are returning subscriber. Labira nto ddala ogenda maaso n'okuba nga ate osubscribing ku channel yaffe era ensonga zigenda maaso n'okuba nga zitambula malembe. Genda wali ku YouTube, teekamu AB Media UG, subscribe, share, like and comment. Baako kyoyogera naddala nnyo ku nsonga zengenda okuba nga nkugamba mu vidiyo eno era nga bwe nakugambye nti it is about sports. Now, weekend has been, of course, having very many things, very many activities, results, performances, and very many other things. Ela, we are going to discuss what happened over the weekend. So far, the Premier League table standings, Manchester United with our new coach, Ruben Amorim. It was his first game of the season, 2024-2025. So we're going to see how they are trying to cope up with the situation, how things are going to be moving on for Manchester United under new coach, that is Ruben Amorim. Of course, they were playing a very boggy team, that is Ipswich Town. And then we're going to see Manchester City losing so far 5 consecutive games since 2003. And this has never happened since 2006. I think. Under Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola, in his own managerial career, he had never lost 5 consecutive games in a row. Then Arsenal, the Gunners, of course, for them, they are trying to make their things way around after winning or after defeating Nottingham Forest. 3-0, and of course we saw some records being broken. Ethan Anueri scoring that goal. I'm gonna tell you how the records that he has broken after scoring that very spectacular goal. And then Tottenham Spurs defeating Manchester City 4-0 under Ange Postecoglou. What is new on Tottenham Spurs? So then again we have to see Liverpool. Liverpool and Arne Slot, they are also trying to make sure that they go on and win. And of course, you know, the Egyptian international, and of course that is Mohamed Salah. He has made sure that Liverpool can be on top of the Premier League table. You remember him even scoring, making a comeback at versus Brighton way back in October. Then again, how Leicester City, they have sacked a new manager, that is Steve Cooper. You know, this Enzo Maresca, so far at Chelsea, the guy is truly making Chelsea coming back to glory and glory days. So he's making sure that teams are trying to fear Chelsea. You know, Chelsea is among the best clubs in the world, the top 10 clubs in the world. But if you can see that, like, there are 2 or 3 seasons back, Chelsea has been hustling and struggling to score even just a single goal. But just now they are proving to us that they can snatch a draw at Manchester United squad, like the way you know it, the way they have spent money during the transfer window. And then if you can see the quality that Arsenal is having, they can even go on and at least get a point. So you can see under Enzo Maresca, Chelsea is really trying to make things turn around. Then maybe starting with our top after match day 12 in English Premier League. So we're gonna talk about after match day 12 Premier League this weekend. What has happened? Teams, how was the performance? How have the players at least made sure they help their teams? Of course, other teams, they have tried to uplift their teams, and others have just betrayed their teams. That's the conversation we are having today. But you can go on, make sure you subscribe, share, like, and comment this video. Make sure you don't be jealousy. Make sure you make sure this information go viral. Now, starting with the Premier League table after match day 12. Of course, Liverpool tops the table with around 31 points. So Liverpool, they are trying to make sure they win and win and win. Liverpool, of course, in the first position with 31 points. Then Manchester City in the second position with 23 points. Now you can wonder, Man City, they have now around 4 matches without minus winning, just losing and losing consecutively in a row. But still Manchester City is in the top 2 teams in the English Premier League. Then in the third position, we are having Chelsea at 22 points. Then Arsenal, the Gunners, 22. Then Brighton and Albion also 22. Now we are having 3 teams with 22 points. Then Spurs 19, Manchester United in the 12th position, even not in the top of the Premier League table. So you can see how Manchester United, how they are still hustling. Then in the relegation zone, we are having Southampton with only 4 points in the 20th position. Then Crystal Palace with only 8 points. Ipswich Town just 9 points. A bucket team like Ipswich Town, if it can snatch it just 1 point from the team that is also looking for the glory days. So you can see how Manchester United, how they still have a long way to go. And now, Leicester City, it is in the 16th position with only 10 points. Now, coming back to, of course, we shall start with Manchester City. Now, Manchester City lost their 50th consecutive game of the season, and this has never happened. Of course, they lost 4-0 to Spurs. This is their first heaviest defeat since 2003 at Etihad Stadium. Then, of course, this is their first time losing 5 consecutive games in a row. And under Pep Guardiola, this had never happened before. Now, if you can see how Manchester City, how they are trying to make sure that things go on very well. No, a correction. Manchester City, since the takeover of this guy, Mansour, Manchester City had never lost 5 consecutive games. Now, Manchester City, of course, Liverpool is 8 points clear. Manchester City. So Liverpool on 31, so you get 31 minus 23. Those are 8 points. Now, Manchester City, if you can see how they are trying to play under Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola, of course, told us that for him, he still believes in his players, and he thinks the likes of Mateo Kovacic, the Ballon d'Or winner, and that is, of course, Rodri. He thinks that maybe it is the reason as to why Manchester City is still struggling and hustling. But me personally, or how I think, I can see that Manchester City, of course, they will still go on and make sure they still they are still in the competition, because if you can see how Manchester City, how they have been trying to cope up with things, you can see Manchester City is having, of course, injury concerns. But Pep Guardiola has told us that for him, he thinks that players are going to be fit and more fitter. Because if you can see John Stones, he was, of course, he was substituted. Then Akanji, Nathan Aki, then Jose Gvardiol. I think if these guys, they can go on and play their best way, how they have always patterned, they will give the best of their defense. Then midfield-wise, of course, Kevin De Bruyne is back, Bernardo Silva is there. Then this guy, Savinho, I think is going to make sure that at least they will go on and play well. And then Erling Haaland, this season, it's like as if he's also becoming a tourist, most especially these days when Manchester City is not scoring a single goal. So of course, if you can see how Tottenham Spurs under Angel Postecoglou, they made sure that they put up that setup whereby every player could get a ball and just pass very quickly to this guy, Son Heung-min and Desan Kulcevic. Now, away from Manchester City, straight away, we go to Liverpool. Now, Liverpool, under Arne Slot, so far, Mohamed Salah is still showing us that the form or the pressure he had with Jurgen Klopp, he's still making sure that things go on as he's planning them. Because apart from Erling Broto Haaland, with an exception of Erling Haaland brought, I think only Mo Salah has scored more goals than any other player, with an exception of Haaland. Because now in all competitions, Mo Salah has scored 12 goals. In Premier League, he has scored 10 goals. You remember last time when he scored his goal, I think they were defeating, was it? I think it was Brighton. Yeah, it was Brighton. Remember Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Trent Arnold. Their contracts are going to expire, and of course Liverpool, they haven't showed us that they are trying to bring in that clause, or they are trying to offer new contracts to these players. Mo Salah, this guy has been instrumental in their forward or in their striking, because the guy yesterday scored 2 goals, or he scored twice. One was just a low cross past McCarthy. Then of course another one, it was against it was a penalty spot. It was from a penalty spot. Then away from Liverpool, straight away we go to Arsenal the Gunners. Arsenal the Gunners, of course, they are still looking for a trophy. Now they are in the first position in the English Premier League table. So now what they are trying to do, they are trying to make sure that they can go on win and win. I know Arsenal, they have been inconsistent this season. So far, the past 4 or the previous 4 matches, Arsenal has not been winning. So after winning, after getting at least snatching 3 points from this tricky and very stubborn team, and that is Nottingham Forest, you can see how Arsenal is coming back to their winning ways. Now, there's this guy called Ethan Nwaneri, just 17 years and 247 days. This guy has made records and broken very, very many records. I think this Ethan Nwaneri, remember, becoming the youngest player to score a Premier League goal against Brentford. So you remember that day. Then I think he has broken this. He has broken this record that I think with Fabregas, Cesc Sola Fabregas. You remember him. just for him, he was at 17 years and 113 days when he scored a goal. And of course, this guy, Ethan Anueli, becoming the 9th youngest player at score in English Premier League. Then you remember this is Fabregas. It was around 2004. The time when he scored at the age of 17 years and 113 days, he went on to win the World Cup with Spain. So now, leaving Arsenal, the Gunners, straight away, we go to Manchester United under a new coach, and that, of course, that is Ruben Amorim. I told you before when they brought in this guy that they would have at least given a chance, this guy, Van Nistelrooy, because the guy, after succeeding Erik ten Hag, Rudy Van Nistelrooy has been very, very instrumental, and he has been very tactical, most especially winning back-to-back games. Remember him winning against Leicester City, then even in English Premier League, he won some games and made a draw with very, very big clubs, and of course, that is Chelsea. So you can see how this guy, how he has been very, very tactical in his squad. Now, Ruben Amorim, we saw him playing 3-2-3, and me personally, I think when you're trying to okay, of course you can see that you can go on and make sure that things go on very well. But if you can see how Ruben Amorim, how he set up his team, you can see 4-2-3. Then having 3 center backs, then having 2 wing backs, and of course having the 3 center forwards. You can see Ruben Amorim, his approach of the game, it was not all that good. Though he went on, of course, and of course snatched just 1 point from Ipswich Town. I think Ruben Amorim, what he needs to do, he needs to go at first sit down. Just he should first understand the quality of players or the abilities of the players, or what they can give, or how best they can play, most especially when he's trying to fix up his formation in Manchester United squad. Ipswich Town, of course, they controlled the ball. They were very aggressive. Though they never they deserved that point. Though if it wasn't Andre Onana, I think Ipswich Town, they were supposed to go on and win. Though it wasn't able to happen or to be like that. So Ruben Amorim, I think he's going to face very, very tricky teams, because now if you can see Ipswich Town, the team is in the relegation zone, just with 9 points this season. Then you're also trying to compete. You're also saying that you're trying to put in stiff competition with these big clubs, the likes of Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea. Now, you can ask yourself, if you can make a draw with a club like Ipswich Town. Now, what if you're playing the likes of Newcastle United, the Brightons? So, what do you expect? So, that is Manchester United under Ruben Amorim. You go in the comment section. Yeah, go to the comment section. You can give us your comments. Make sure you share, like, and comment about the goings on, or about the information that, of course, we are trying to talk about, and the analysis we are going to be having here. If at all you're a returning subscriber, make sure you comment, like, share, and of course make sure you subscribe. Give us a thumbs up, not a thumbs down, and of course things will go on very, very, very well. Talking about Leicester City, of course, on Saturday, they sacked a manager, and that is Steve Cooper. I remember this guy Steve Cooper. He won a World Cup under 17 with England. I think that's the reason as why they said let's identify this manager. He can go on and maybe bring us some trophies. You know, Leicester City, they have just been recently promoted to the top flight, and that is English Premier League. But like as if he has not brought on table what the manager or what the board was expecting from him. So after heavy defeats, you remember with Manchester United defeating them twice, then Chelsea 2-1. So Steve Cooper is no longer a Leicester City manager. So that is it for Leicester City. Leicester City, of course, you know this guy Enzo Maresca. He's the one that promoted Leicester City to the top flight from Championship. Maybe as we wind up, we go on with Chelsea. Chelsea under Enzo Maresca, he's very very tactical also, because he's winning and winning and winning. If you can check on the table, Chelsea is in the third position with 22 points. Of course, it is tied on 22 points with Arsenal and Brighton. Just a goal difference of 2, because Chelsea is having 14 goals and Arsenal only 12 goals. So under Enzo Maresca, the guys are trying to make sure they score. Then the likes of Cole Palmer, Nuno Madueke, the Pedro Netos, this guy Christopher Nkuku, Nicholas Jackson, the second Senegalese international. The guy has scored and scored. So for Chelsea, I think we don't have a lot of analysis for it, because for them, they are turning everything as it is expected. For now, you allow me stop from here. Yeah, I will stop from here. We shall catch up next time, but make sure you subscribe, share, like and comment. And this is AB Media UG, kiwanja cha michezo. Very good morning, a very good afternoon, a very good evening, if depending on the time you're watching this channel or this video. That is for today. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much. Subscribe, share, like and comment.